Hey, I don't want 2 kids and a wife, and I don't want a job, I just want a life. Sometimes the underdogs rise, and the mighty fall. This ain't the same summer song that you used to know, 'cause Jack left Diane 30 years ago. This world is spinning too fast for you and me, so tell me whatever happened to the American dream. I know a girl, I met her last night. She was fresh off the plane. She whispered in my ear, baby, come here. I'll do anything to make a name. Well, hey honey, take my hand, follow me, cuz I don't want to hurt you, but he does. I just want to give you some real advice. Listen, baby, hey, never take candy from a stranger, and keep your eyes open for danger, because this right here is a twisted paradise. And this ain't the same summer song that you used to know, 'cause Jack left Diane 30 years ago. This world is spinning too fast for you and me, so tell me whatever happened to the American dream. I'm about to drive to Colorado. I love chess. And I just recorded an awesome video for my YouTube channel, so I'm on a high. Without the drugs and alcohol, of course. Fuck it, I'm just gonna say it. If you are a girl under the age of 30 and you're about to get married or you're already married, let's go on one date. See if I can talk you out of it. We don't have to be exclusive or even serious. But life is so short. And it's amazing how COVID and all the uncertainty and death and realization that we could die any fucking day of a new pandemic, of a COVID variant, of war, nuclear attacks, cyber attacks, etc. It becoming more real that we could die with no warning has inspired at least most of my friend group to play life even safer. Well, Dayton, you gotta make sure you have a good job and you're taken care of, and you spend too much time alone. Sorry, Mom, which my mom has been fantastic lately. But I've experienced a lot of pain. I think the alternative, though, to experiencing the pain and loneliness and criticism of chasing my dreams and what I feel are my talents and passions would be I never even fucking try. And when I'm 80 or 90 or on my deathbed, I think there will be one moment where all the pain I've experienced. I went to St. Louis alone. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know anyone. I just walked into the chess club, said I'm dating car, got a membership, networked, walked into bars, handed out business cards. When Omicron hit, I was completely alone in a city I wasn't familiar with. And I cried myself to sleep. Sometimes I was so fucking discouraged and lonely that I would just lay down at night and close my eyes, knowing I would not be able to sleep. So I just counted that stillness as sleep. But I think people who never tried and criticize, or even have a good career in a corporate setting, when they're about to fucking die, I think there will be a moment where all the ideas they had when they were younger, and all the kindness that turned into bitterness with age, will come back in the form of regret, and they'll say, I didn't even try. You went through your whole life and you didn't even try. God, that fires me up. It almost makes me cry, seriously. Because that's where I feel I get misunderstood. Oh, Dayton, you're putting all this time and energy and money into chess and YouTube and music, and you don't have a real job. I don't have expenses. I can pay my bills with DoorDash. DoorDash is pretty good money. And what if you don't make it? What if you don't get into acting, music, get a career in chess or chess commentary? Then I tried, and I go back to a job that I hate, and I bite my tongue, but I go to sleep at night after a long day working that job I hate, knowing I gave it a fucking shot. And I'll sleep like a baby. And some criticize people like me who are a little strange, do things that we're passionate about, and have learned to not let criticism stop us. And they act like some people act like I'm too good for a job. I'm not too good for a job. In some ways, I miss having set hours and a job and a team. It's lonely. And I don't hate all corporate workers. I don't hate the government. I just believe if those people never tried something on their own, never tried what they felt God or nature inspired them with, a vision, talents to do something that could change the world for the better. If they tried and failed and they really gave it a shot, they didn't let their mom or grandma or grandpa stop them or talk them out of it, or their friend or their girlfriend or their wife, and they really just caught a bad break or just didn't have what it took to make it work. I really respect that. And then they go to a job and they climb the corporate ladder, whatever. But it's the people who never fucking tried that criticize my YouTube channel. I have comments, some duplicate comments, and I didn't even reply to the first comment from one person. And they are so miserable, some of you that are watching, that they went and commented again when I didn't reply to your first one. And they're critical, mean comments about my looks, my mental health, my singing voice. Bitch, I don't have any vocal lessons. I'm getting vocal lessons June 30th, and I can sing, so fuck you. I can match pitch very well. But those are the people that never tried. And I think it's important to try. I think it's important for parents to encourage their kids to try, even if it's out there and crazy. If they're not physically hurting or threatening to physically hurt someone, tell them to give it a shot. And it might save your relationship. I know with my mom, it hurt my feelings because my mom was always very supportive, and at first she was not supportive of this. She called psychiatrists for second and third opinions, really, when I started doing this. But had I backed down when my mom cried, or parents of friends I grew up with said, Dayton's changed, you can't say, what is he doing? Oh my gosh. I even ran into an old friend from college that I knew at my first college, which was jury. And fuck it, his name's Ryan. He saw me at a bar, and Ryan's a great guy. I have no problems with Ryan. But he looked at me, he's like, Dayton. And then he talked to me for a little bit, and he's like, oh, well, we were worried about you. You know, like, I'm glad you're okay. And I'm like, just because I'm animated and dramatic and passionate about what I'm doing does not mean I'm crazy. And that's a challenge that society's going to have to overcome. Because had I not stood up to people who treat me differently, or my own mom, I would lose that relationship forever. That goes for marriage, in my opinion, also, though I've never been married. I've only had one really serious long-term relationship, maybe two. One for sure. is it'll turn into resentment. If you are a girl or guy and your partner has dreams, if you talk about it and both decide mutually maybe it's not the best option and there's agreement, that's fine. But otherwise, you're going to get divorced. Because it's just, there's no way around. I have a friend that's going to happen because he had dreams. And if someone you love and is supposed to love you doesn't let you try, it's going to go up in flames. There will be resentment. And that's why I'm starting to have a good relationship with my mom again, because my mom's a great mom. But had I not said, shut up, Mom, it would have been gone forever. Because every time I looked at my mom, I would have said, damn it, I had ideas. I cared about mental health. I had a bad experience losing a friend to suicide. I had a bad experience in the corporate world. And with COVID, all the mental health stuff, and I'm like, I have ideas and I have creative ways. And I've worked hard, taken courses, read books on how to convey my message about mental health. And I'm like, I have ideas that can help people. And I have ideas that if I don't share, they're going to eat me alive every night. I'm going to have to look in the mirror. I'm going to say, that's one more day, Dayton, that you just didn't even give it a shot. Didn't try to share your story, your mental health experience. Why? Because I was scared. But because I did, and I'll wrap this up, I'll have a relationship with my mom going forward. But had I backed down, it would have turned into resentment, and eventually I would have been forced to either blame people like my mom or friends who told me this will never work, and it'll turn into resentment. Or what I should do, or what people should do who don't try, is if you still have time, do it. But I'd have to take accountability, and I have to live with that. My mom is going to likely die before me. My mom is beautiful and young, but she's in her 50s. I'm 27. So my mom is going to die. Our parents are going to die. Our grandparents are going to die. Some of our friends, we might outlive them. And they're not going to come back and pat us on the shoulder and say, it's okay. I know it hurts. I know you have regret. I know you're sad. I know you're lonely, but it's okay. No, it's my life. And I have to live with those fucking decisions. And you do too. And that's one of the inspirations for me when I started the YouTube channel and got criticism. And then a few months in, friends were like, how much money are you making? I'm like, no one makes fucking money in 2 months, man. Shut up. They're just starting shit. And then when I went to St. Louis, well, did you sell your Ozark house, which is the one I'm in? No, bitch, I had money saved because I didn't rush into marriage or have kids. So I can do this shit. I planned it well. It's really exciting for me because it's my thing. I grew up in team sports, and my dad coached me. My dad was a great dad, but I never was in charge. I never was the best athlete or in a solo sport or speaking on my own or in business on my own. And I like the feeling of controlling my own destiny. And I just think everyone should get to experience that. That might be one of the silver linings of COVID, is people learn to take responsibility and try things in spite of fear of failure. And I was doing my laundry before I go to Denver for a chess event, and I just had to kill some time. I hope you enjoyed my message. And when I get back from Denver, which will be Monday, I think the 27th, expect one incredibly fun, rehearsed, well-executed, creative video. I'll give you a hint. My video that I'm going to share, it's not created yet. I'm going to plan it in Colorado in my free time. My video is going to include G-Eazy, the rapper, Hippie Sabotage, which might be my favorite duo musically now. They're really good. And me. And my magic earphones. Stay tuned.